Alright, I think I see the echo. So, 2 years ago, going back further to normal, was it more than 2 years? I think it might have been more than 2 years. It was before everything. But I had that appendectomy. I got out of the hospital, and that was really what set things in motion. It wasn't that long afterward that I started changing everything in my life. It wasn't that long afterwards that I started working out, making progress towards my goals, and losing a bunch of weight, and getting to where I wanted to be. And that was the first domino. And a million dominoes have fallen since that needed to. Things that I needed to change. Things that had to happen. Places I needed to be. But it was kind of like the catalyst moment. Getting out of that hospital was really probably the root of what started everything. That near-death experience. The splitting of timelines, one where I survived and one where I didn't. And everything started changing. And I think this is an echo of that moment. Not because of like a near-death experience, but because of the echo, the similarities of energy. So what we can expect next is a boom in productivity, a boom in progress, a dynamic shift in energy that results in massive forward momentum in the collective. And it wasn't that terribly long after that began that we started to see the first ascension. So we should be on the lookout for another massive ascension within the collective. Yeah, I think that's what it is. And what's extra interesting about all of this I'm getting that magician's quote again, that's what I'm hearing. Magic doesn't come from pain, or magic doesn't come from talent, it comes from pain. And we already know that there's no other recipe for ascension like going through the darkness and finding your light and then learning to shine. We already know the truth that you have to find your power in the darkness and choose the light, that you have to use that strength. And I think a lot of people are going to be learning that lesson soon. That there's a choice. And some people have to be pushed to the very brink before they can find it. That's what those keys mean. The dead are rising. That's what the crest of light is. Because even in that show, no one has a more deep connection to the dark ocean than the bearer of the crest of light. Two sides of the same coin. What changes is your intention. I got a haircut and I feel about 30 pounds lighter. No pun intended. Something about the energy right now is important for cleansing. Sage, water, whatever you do, you should cleanse right now. Because whatever's being projected, it cannot touch you. You are in control of yourself, your energy, your emotions, your reality. And being guided to recall one point of pressure that shatters the entire plane. We are the storm. We are that point of pressure that cracks the glass. That's about to become very apparent. The Divine Collective is rising. That's the message.